You're 55. Your retirement savings account reads zero, not a typo, not a glitch, actually zero. If that's you or someone you're worried about, this is the exact recovery plan. And I'm not going to tell you it's easy, but the math works. Let's start with the good news. The IRS knows you're behind. So after age 50, they give you catch-up contributions. That means you can shove $30,500 into a 401k every single year. Not $23,500, not $25,000, $30,500. If your employer has a 401k, this is your golden ticket. Now, can you actually get that money in there? That's the hard part. You need to earn enough to contribute $30,500. Let's say you're making $80,000 a year right now. After taxes, that's roughly $60,000 in your pocket. Your living expenses run about $4,000 a month. That's $48,000 a year. So you have $12,000 left over. $30,500 minus $12,000 leaves you $18,500 short. This is where the rest of the plan locks in. You can't get to $30,500 on salary alone. You need to hit your expenses harder, and you need side income, and you need HSA strategy. We're building to the full picture. But here's what matters. Every dollar you can push into that 401k grows tax-free for 10 years. Even conservative 5% annual returns turn $30,500 a year into over $390,000 by age 65. That's your foundation. Social Security is the thing most people get wrong at 55. You can claim at 62. Many people do. It feels natural. But here's what happens. You lose 30% of your benefit permanently. You get $1,800 a month instead of $2,500. That's $540 gone every month for the rest of your life. Over 20 years of retirement, that's $129,600 you're leaving on the table. Now look at delaying to 70. You get 124% of your full benefit. That same person who'd get $2,500 at full retirement age now gets $3,100. You're 62, 63, 64. You're working part-time or living lean. It's hard, but here's the payoff. At 70, you're collecting $1,300 more per month than if you'd claimed at 62. Over a 20-year retirement, that's $312,000 more. If you live into your 80s, which people do, you're talking about $400,000 or more in lifetime benefits. So the question becomes, how do you survive ages 62 to 70 without Social Security? That's what the next chapters answer. But understand this, delaying Social Security is the single biggest leverage point in your recovery plan. It's not sexy, but mathematically, it's the difference between scraping by and actually being comfortable. Let's talk about the hard truth. If you're 55 with no savings, you can't live like you do now. Not forever anyway. The good news? Retirement naturally reduces expenses by 20 to 30%. You're not commuting. You're not buying work clothes. You're not eating lunch out every day because you're tired after work. You're sleeping better. Your stress drops. And frankly, you spend less on stupid stuff. But we need to be concrete. Let's say you're spending $5,500 a month now. That's $66,000 a year. In retirement, assume you cut 30%. That's $1,650. You drop to $3,850 a month, or $46,200 a year. Now watch this. At $3,850 a month, you can live on Social Security plus part-time income once you hit 70. Your full Social Security benefit is roughly $2,500 to $3,100 a month if you delay. Part-time income bridges the gap. You need $750 to $1,350 more per month, depending on your Social Security amount. That's 10 to 15 hours a week of consulting, part-time work, or freelance stuff at $50 to $60 an hour. It's real. It's doable. Millions of people do this. But it requires, right now, getting serious about where your money goes. Cut the subscription services, refinance the debt, downsize housing if you can, everything matters. Ages 55 to 70 is the bridge. That's 15 years where you're not yet claiming Social Security, and you're probably not getting a full paycheck from an employer. So where does money come from? Part-time work, freelance work, consulting, side projects. And here's the strategic part. If you can pull in $18,000 to $24,000 a year, the entire plan works. That sounds like a lot. but it's not. $18,000 a year is $350 per week or $50 per day or 10 hours a week at $35 per hour. If you are a teacher, you consult with education companies, $40 to $80 an hour. If you are a software engineer, you do freelance code reviews or part-time contract work, $50 to $150 an hour. If you are in sales, you coach small business owners, $50 to $100 an hour. Your expertise doesn't disappear at 55. It actually gets more valuable. And here's the bonus. This part-time work isn't just paying your expenses. Some of those years you can still push an extra $5,000 to $10,000 into a backdoor Roth IRA. That's another $50,000 to $100,000, growing tax-free by 65. The math is tight, but it compounds. Now, one more thing that changes everything. The health savings account, HSA. If you have a high-deductible health plan, and at 55, many part-time gigs offer these, you can contribute $4,150 per year as an individual, or $8,300 if you're married. And here's the magic. You don't have to withdraw it every year. It rolls over, forever. You let it grow, tax-free, at 5% annual returns. Between 55 and 70, if you contribute just $4,150 per year and let it sit, you'll have roughly $95,000 in tax-free medical funds. And here's the kicker. After 65, you can use HSA for anything without penalty if you're over 65. You just pay income tax. But before 65, it's purely for medical. So what do? You leave it. You don't touch it for medical expenses if you can help it. You pay medical expenses out of cash. And at 70, when you have $95,000 sitting in that HSA, it becomes a tax-free emergency fund or medical reserve. That's money that never touches your Social Security or retirement income. It's a hidden account. Most people have no idea this is an option. HSA is treated like an IRA for people over 65. It's the best tax-advantaged account most people aren't using. Let's put this all together. Here's what your actual 10-year plan looks like, month by month. Starting today, age 55, $0 in savings. Year 1, age 55 to 56. You max out your 401k catch-up contribution, $30,500. You reduce expenses from $5,500 to $3,850 per month. You pick up part-time consulting work, $18,000 income. You max out HSA, $4,150. At the end of year 1, with conservative 5% investment returns, your accounts total roughly $53,000. Not zero anymore. You're moving. Year 5, age 60. You've been disciplined. You've maxed 401k every year, $152,500 in contributions alone. With returns, your 401k account is now roughly $165,000. Your HSA has $22,500. Your part-time income has stayed steady at $18,000 per year. You're $188,000 toward retirement. You're visible to yourself now. The plan is working. Year 10, age 65. You're at full retirement age. You've contributed $305,000 into your 401k. With 5% returns, that's now $390,000. Your HSA, $50,000. Your part-time income bridge, $180,000 cumulative earned, not in accounts but paid your living expenses. You've cut your lifestyle expenses permanently by 30%. Your healthcare is transitioning to Medicare. You're now at the decision point. Now, what do those accounts generate? Your 401k, $390,000 using the 4% withdrawal rule, generates $15,600 per year, or $1,300 per month. Add Social Security, delayed to 70, so you waited 5 more years and kept working part-time. You're still earning $18,000 part-time while waiting for age 70. At 70, Social Security kicks in, $3,100 per month, plus your 401k withdrawal, $1,300 per month, plus HSA emergency buffer, $50,000 ready for medical or contingency. Plus, you've naturally reduced your expenses to $3,850 per month. That's $4,400 per month from investments and Social Security, covering $3,850 in expenses with a $550 buffer. You're viable. You're not rich, but you're afloat. And you didn't start with $1 at 55. You started with zero. You're 55. No retirement savings. It sucks. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. But here's what's real. You have a clear path forward, 30,500 in catch-up contributions. Social Security delayed. Expenses cut. Part-time income. HSA hidden fund. In 10 years, you go from zero to $42,000 a year or more in viable retirement income. That's not fantasy math. That's conservative math. And it requires one thing, discipline, starting now, not next month, not after the holidays. Now, max the 401k, cut the expenses, find the part-time work. The recovery plan works because you work it. If you're already doing this, great. If you're just starting, start today. And if you know someone at 55 with this exact problem, send them this video. Because the recovery plan exists. It just requires you to execute it.